I'm different, a real deep man for the wisdom. My CD bangs in the system. You see me, I handle my business. Looking at my CV, man couldn't diss this. I can see these man on my hit list. Defeat me in the clash of my district. I don't see why these man wouldn't risk it. Still I ain't sure if I'm bored, but these man afraid when it comes to the war. Never gonna change when it comes to a brawl. Say my name when it comes to the north. Still I'm on grime, still I'm on crime. Nothing but pain, reminiscing on life. Nothing but rage with the civvy on mic. You'll see what I'm saying with the civvy online. Never killer on grind. Yeah, see, trust me, I'm hustling hard and I'm out here chasing the funds. There's no other book with bars and I found this place on my ones. When it comes to the drama, I punch up a charger and leave man's face in the mud. I try to stay calm cause I'm named with the bug, but I never...
We got two legends right here. Two guys who have put in so much work for the scene and delivered countless brilliant showings. Arkaic versus Dialect. It's a wonder that this hasn't happened already. Dialect's technique and musicality is potent, and like Rivers, he's one of the stars of the format arc. With the debut on the league here, has been taking heads off since Zealand franchise and way before, bringing that mammoth punchline style right up to the modern day with devastating results. Man to man, this is near impossible to call.
Premier Battles, match day 4 with Inside Venue in Manchester. If you're still with us, make some noise! Last win to the last battle of the day. Shouts to all the battlers that have been a part of this. It's been an absolutely sick card as well. It's nice to be back in a pit as well, rather than on the stage. Shouts to all the sponsors, Premier Battles. Also shouts to Geo Guy, the official partners of the league as well. That being said, on the right hand side, making his third appearance in Premier Battles after an appearance in Dublin against the Irish lot, representing Knights. Make a bit of noise for Dialect. Let's go! On the left-hand side, making his debut in Premier Battles, a UK legend representing Glory, we've got Arkaic! Judges flipped off judges flipped, I don't know why they split. Battlers flipped off camera, so 3 round 90 seconds. Show both of these battlers a lot of respect. This is 2 UK veterans going at it here. Arkaic won the flip, decided Dialect's going to start round 1, so it's round 1 on Dialect.
Dialect's critical. Dialect's critical.
Check. What are you talking about?
No, they're cold.
Right. Wow. We can all see you spineless. I mean, you've had 2 fucking combats, but for some reason we still can't seem to find you. But believe me, I've got what it takes to defeat this writer. So fuck been a bet from day and I've been the whole scene behind you. You see, to me you ain't relevant. So fuck that legacy you wanna leave behind. Blood tonight we'll be telling all types of stories. And we die for glory like Leonidas. Shit's gonna get all types of gory. All you see is violence. Believe in your whole spinal cord will need realigning. You see your lines of pause. So why the guys endorse all of them schemes he's writing? Well fuck it, I'ma still book at this nerve for thinking he good with the words like Enid Blight. And I mean, I mean, this guy was supposed to be on the night squad until he declined an invite for the Joker, like say he was a Gotham crime boss. But the fact you don't like shotty horror, yet you're on his roster, I'd say has got me quite lost. But don't ring the alarm, that's just typical arc. Always looking for someone else's wave you can ride on. I mean, my done. Are you gonna call yourself a no-comment G when you still got dogs in pen? I mean, you call disaster a snitch, but that's actually rich coming from a guy who only did half of his stretch. Well, fuck it. What goes around comes around. I'm a great believer in what karma says, so you can try to hide from it, but it's kind of ironic. It's a shotty that's got you behind bars again. See, me and this dickhead are hardly friends. So I don't know why he thinks I can mess with Dyer. I mean, back in Norwich, you would have got snuffed in the streets, so all of us, man, had him covered in leads like an extension wire. Believe in this needs to our friendship bias and got involved in all of the events and flyers. But the fact I got murked in a clash with one of Sensor's personal attacks makes me want to address this liar. Because I'm sure when you two met up on stage, it was you that said you were the brains behind Sensor's fire. So you gave out information about me and helped construct those bars for your friend just so that Neat could defeat me and try to leave me in the dark with the rest. Well, fuck it. After what Sensor exposed, I guess everyone knows that my father's a dread, and he brought me up on one principle. What's that? Infirm of be dead. Yeah, face it, bro, you snaky cunt. You've been sly as a known fact. It's horrendous the way you treat your friendships, and that's exactly why they don't last. So fuck this nitty. Although he got love for my city, he knows he can't roll fam, because his only issue is he's like Yoshimitsu. To win, he don't mind putting a knife through his own back. Let's go. Yo, what's it?
Yo, so I remember back when this league was supposed to start. They had all these different managers. They had like Luna, Shotty, Tony, I mean, a whole load of stars. Then I got a Facebook message from Joker Star. I'm like, no, you must be joking, Star. I mean, look. So it starts with an A, an R to the K, and you already know the other half of my name. See, yeah, I was meant to battle you before. I even showed you the bars that I made, but that's because I cancelled, because I have to watch one of the staff turn to snake like Jafar in the cave. So you better hope you come with some of that hibbity-dibbity hippo, because when you spit slow, Marcus, it is an absolute shit show. You're in the yard doing your grind, but you can't be doing it right. Yo, you're meant to get famous off them bars you can provide, not for having some Yankee strip in front of you or Sandra doing the jive. So look, I'm making war with his back to the wall like priests do to 8-year-old kids at one of them Catholic schools. See, when you're with Faris it's cool, but when you're on your own you're an embarrassing fool. And double time is the trick that you're having to pull, because when you spit that shit at a regular pace you get no reaction at all. Oi, Dialect, please, you don't even sound like you're from Leeds. You are a one-trick pony with one trick and one trick only. You have no bars at all, and you be forcing them to jail. Yo, you have no bars at all, and you be forcing them to jail. So you hide behind the grime shit, because you sort of need the help, but I can slow my shit down. I can rewind them for the audience as well, but your bars are so shite, you have to fast forward them yourself. I've been around Leeds enough, and I ain't never seen this mud, but when I do, it's when a bunch of kids on it's on the high street with a bunch of kids trying to beat him up. Look, I don't beef too much, so when I speak, it's done. So if I die down, it ain't peace and love. You ain't holding knives. I said you ain't holding knives. You're on the phone saying hold the line. So hold this L and just know as well that it gets better over time. And I ain't saying you with a bunch of backstabbers, but they're definitely showing signs. Because if I see one of these snake eyes, I just know that's how they have to be to roll with die. So now I'm shredding up this little piggy like pulled pork, and I got the intel for the process like Jew core. So when Gemini put it on you, come on!
But he didn't know.
So when Gemini put it on you, I was expecting Gangster Marcus in full force, but you fall short. I'm starting to think your name's only Dialect because you all talk. And yeah, I wrote censor shit and he embarrassed you, bruv. That means I 3-0'd you twice, and I'm only battle you once. Dialect,
You've been around for centuries, mate, so I could never underestimate Ark's wisdom. But tonight I'ma make a man out of him. So someone tell him get ready for this bar mitzvah. You see, I'ma put his heart to the test, like all that drama with Steph when she had to part with you. But fuck if he's been writing for time, I'ma still school him line after line like Bart Simpson. I mean, dog, listen. I don't care if you got gripped by the feds and you had them searching, or you did time with the pen and now thinks to get the baddest person, because you don't grip hearts. So stop all that shit talk about them straps you're bursting, because you're fake. If I ever saw Shaw spray, then that was anti-perspirant. Yeah. I should slap this virgin for talking like you're in a trap with workers. He's a little Jewish boy with a stupid voice. He tried to talk like you're the blackest person. But you're a fussy fan, and he knows if me and him have to scrap, I'll hurt him. I'll cut his fucking nose off to spite his face like the Jackson family surgeon. Speaking of noses, that thing there looks like a fucking dorsal fin. Believe me, bro, it's extremely out of proportion with your jaw and chin. Plus you're a boring prick. So when it comes to scoring chicks, I would have said to this nigger it's curtains, but I heard when his dick isn't working, he just sticks his nose in like an inquisitive person. Yeah, that's a little disturbing, so I'd rather talk about this. You know the guy that you called a snitch while you were 20 foot away from him? Stood off stage with all of your clique? All I know is that you're a straight bitch. And I don't care if you don't like the angles that I came with, because you call yourself a no comment G. Yeah, because when this stuck it on you, you didn't say shit. Yeah. Having your boys around you that night must have made you feel proper hard. But when Diz was shouting off the stage, this number didn't want to spar. All I saw was skirmish taking shots for art like he was Kevin Costner in The Bodyguard. To be honest, dog, I didn't have to be there to know you got away from a disaster that day. Because I heard when you got home, you logged in on Facebook and marked yourself. Shout out to this no comment G. Because no people had snitched at the drop of a hat. I mean, fucking hell, Double L fucked his bitch. And he even declined to comment on that. I mean, honestly, fam, you are a big inspiration to all the baddest gangs and bosses. One day I'd love to follow in his footsteps. Nah, I'm not a batty man from Norwich time.
Yo, set around Arkaic, let's go. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, stars.
Yeah, we're gonna say no. I'll do it.
Settle down. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Star. In that round, it was okay. You had some nice bars, but after this, I guarantee I'll outdo him. Cause if Shaw sprays on this one, I'll drop him to the left on the ground. Cause he ain't got a right guard. Like, I see your statuses on Facebook, and I be laughing a lot. Screenshotting him in the group chat like, yo, this is the retard that I got. Oi, so you and your daughter got let on the bus for free you once, yeah? Like, that's the sort of father she wants. Marcus, you're wrong. She'd probably just prefer a dad that had a car and a job, I mean. Oh, you look like a proud man, and you're probably a sound dad, I don't doubt that. But on Bring Your Kid to Work Day, for you, it just doesn't count, fam. Because what you're gonna do, get your daughter on the street beatboxing outside a pound, like. You be on the grind for days, you be on the grind for days, spitting grime for days, busting like a waste man, watching people walk on by like Isaac Hayes. You be on the game show, and on the main road, begging guys for change, but I find it strange, cause all that money for nothing, and it still couldn't set Dyer straight. I can't imagine what life's like living rough. Or how many times a day you have to hear, sorry mate, I'm in a rush. Wait, Brixie, bro, you need to watch out for him, you know he's a slippery cunt. They flip the coins to see who goes first in this battle and Dialect tried to pick it up. Now I know you only know what your father taught, and when I heard about that shit happening, not quite sure what I started laughing for, but you got your amplifier broke up by some kids trying to start a war. They were amped up and just wanted you off the street. We'll call that shit martial law. So when your album comes out, it'll be your fault as if it doesn't sell. All I do is see you on Facebook begging everyone for help. You even started a GoFundMe page. Oh fucking hell! It's only £500. Go and fund yourself. I know you think you're doing too much, but trust me, you ain't doing enough. I cancelled a battle on Don't Flop with him, and he didn't have food for a month. Yeah, I could have been in the nights. Joker was hassling me, but why the fuck would I join such an embarrassing team? You be rapping in leads, looking like a tramp on the street, and he happens to keep hitting his glass ceilings. I just came along and shattered his dreams. So after this, he said he wouldn't battle ever again. He ain't retiring. He just can't beat the final boss at the end of the game.
Let's go.
Check. The reason I got so much hate for this prick is because my man acts like he's some kind of holy saint when he spits. But in this interview, you said if a spitter used the personal that affects you when you're away from the ring, well, it's a pretty shitty move, even if the thinking have been creative with it. So, to say you and Censor have been mates for a bit, Tell us, what the fuck happened to your morals when you were facing with him? I mean, come on now. Nah. You weren't him so bad that he had to ask her to go on YouTube and take off the vid, because if his children saw it, he wouldn't even know what to say to his kids. So real talk, fam, is that how you treat your mates for a win? Well, fuck it, I'ma give him a dose of his own medicine, seeing he's got a taste for this shit. Yeah. I cannot believe Steph called time on your relationship. Believe me, that woman caved in and quit. But she was a big part of the scene, so although outwardly leave, she weren't phased when it came to remaining within. I mean, that girl literally became a mix. And you were telling niggas it ain't a thing until the day that double tapped it, like clickbaiting things. So now you can't move on, but Steph did, and now she's someone's wife with a kid. I mean, that could have been your seed, you know, a pure breed if you fought with your mind and not your dick. But her look changed, she got an upgrade, and now it seems the tides have took a shift. Where you failed, her fairy tale was walking down the aisle with a prince. So now you've been tired of being stuck at home on Tinder swiping for chicks and trying to fill that void due to all the fun times that you miss. But there's only one thing I can say to this sly little prick. You're the one who fucked it, bro, and that's why you're stuck at home on a night with your fist, yeah? Yeah, you can thank the nights for this shit. This whole league's been plotting on our demise. But they know all of my dark spitfire. Yeah, with your team for the Arkaic. You see, I've been on this half my life, but I've definitely seen harder times, because looking at what you've achieved, I've done that plus more, and still seamlessly done it in half the time. So yeah, I'm here busking the streets, sell cushions, and occasionally get bossed around by the wife, but... So I'm here busking the street, sell cushions, and occasionally get bossed around by my wife. But the fact I got a younger means that I couldn't be proud to be a man who can't provide. So real talk, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't asked about your stripes. Soon to be the owner of a league, because when it comes to flowing on beat, I'm one of the hardest on grind. So whilst you're just starting your hype, I'm looking to make thousands of mine. You never know, I could be booking you one day if you play your cards right.
Yo, so if it ain't grind, then it ain't right. I'ma take him to the mountain for this one. And when I come back, I'ma drop him from a great height. I could beat you and the rest of your shit team at the same time. But I still find it funny, you joined a team with the name Night. But I guess that's just what happens when you have such a bad experience with daylight. Yeah, you get picked to the post. I'm just getting into my zone. And I ain't gonna go that in on the chick that you chose, but... Tell him. I said, but... How do you look like seal that may kiss from a rose, and your bird looks like a seal that lives on the coast? Yo. Wait, your chick's got some clap face. I said, your chick's got some clap face, and your head's got some mad shape. Where if you used to had a kid, it'd come out looking like Mbappe. Look, so fuck you and the movement. I said fuck you. I said fuck you and the movement. You need a quick divorce. And with a bitch like that, what the fuck would you go into business for? I mean, you started a company selling cushions. Like, really, the shit is orcs. Like, your pillow talk is literally pillow talk. You better pray that you can scrape some money together for your wedding day. Look, one punch will make you levitate. This is where me and you separate, because he's the one with a cushion company, and I'm the one that's zipping up a featherweight. Yo, you wanna know what rhymes with dialect? Your bird messaging chief wigs at 5 AM. So hell yeah. Yes, I did used to go out with a chick that does the interviews, but you wiped off some bellend that does your fucking ad-libs for you. So exactly why you done that, I have no idea. I thought I wiped off a groupie. Dialect come along like, yo, hold my beer. Well, you do this it's all for the views. Your chick's as boring as you. Sexual hole, it's a Brexit vote. I'm splitting Tory in two. So what? You went Amsterdamming with your bitch and checked in at the airport like some average little prick. Let me guess, you went to Bulldog and put some Ammy in a split. But maybe next time you should take some mushrooms and try and imagine that she's fit. If you gotta dress up like Batman, if you gotta dress up like Batman to get paid, then you are a weak breader. It's gonna be a dark night for these dark nights. There ain't no point in arguing about which team's better. I'll make Joker wanna kill himself after this, like Heath Ledger. So yeah, I'll embarrass him and whoever he's riding with. If you gotta say shit in such poor taste, we know it's cause you're kinda shit. You even cussed out Lucifer cause his dad died and shit. Or his dad's dead, your dad's a buster. Lucifer wins.
Ark has some funny stuff throughout, the third especially, but Dialect was a bit too together, too familiar perhaps with what Premier Battles crowds want and how they react to not take the win. It was enjoyable from both, but Joker will definitely be pleased with Dialect's performance, and Quill will be a little confused why Ark didn't take the win.
Yo, what's good? It's LSD judging this Ark versus Dialect Premier Battles. In terms of structure, I gave it 4-6 to Dialect. I edged Dialect obviously on flow and time limit. I felt like they were both going over the time limit, but adjusting for crowd, Dialect was kind of sticking to it, where every single round Ark was going about 20 seconds, which it's all right. It's within the realm, that's okay, but I still have to edge it to Dialect for that. And then performance, I'm probably going to edge it to Ark 6-4, just on crowd control alone. Like Ark he really dominated the crowd, he really set the pace. It was the third round that set it apart. Dialect just didn't seem to be able to gain the crowd back once he lost it for me. And then in content, I again gave it 6-4. It was tied, but it went into bars. I just thought the third, like, it's just Dialect needed that one punch to get things rolling again, and for me, he didn't get it. So, yeah, for me, it's 16-14 Ark. Cheers.
Mike judging Ark and Dialect. Structure goes 5-4 to Dialect. Performance goes 5-6 to Ark. Content goes 6-4 to Dialect. Dialect taking the win, 16-14.
Yes, myself taking no talks, judging Dialect versus Ark. I'm not supposed to judge Knights battles, but Blood still pussied out. So I had Dialect winning. Structure, he won that 8-2. Performance, it was even, 5-5. Content, Dialect won 7-3. I think the whole roundabout Tory fucked Ark up. So Dialect won 20-10 altogether.